Tonight, Somaliland finds itself at the center of several important international developments. From a major diplomatic ceremony in Taiwan to growing security concerns across the Red Sea region, from American military operations in the Middle East to changing political discussions in the United Kingdom, the Horn of Africa is receiving unprecedented attention. We begin in Taiwan. A recent ceremony involving Somaliland and Taiwan has once again highlighted one of the most unique diplomatic partnerships in modern international affairs. Officials from both sides emphasized cooperation in education, technology, healthcare, agriculture, and economic development. For Somaliland, the partnership offers access to expertise, investment opportunities, and international engagement. For Taiwan, Somaliland represents an important partner in East Africa and the Horn of Africa. The relationship has continued to expand despite criticism from governments that oppose closer ties between the two partners. Supporters argue that the partnership is practical and focused on delivering real benefits. Critics warn that it could increase diplomatic tensions in the region. Regardless of those debates, cooperation continues to grow. The importance of this relationship extends beyond diplomacy. The Horn of Africa occupies one of the most strategic locations in the world. Major international shipping routes pass through nearby waters. These routes connect Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Every day, massive volumes of global trade move through this region. That reality explains why international powers are paying increasing attention to Somaliland and its surrounding waters. At the same time, security concerns remain a major focus. Recent tensions across the Middle East have increased concerns about maritime stability in the Red Sea corridor. Governments, shipping companies, and investors are closely monitoring developments. Any disruption to shipping routes can affect global trade, energy markets, and international commerce. For Somaliland, these developments carry significant implications. Economic growth depends on secure trade routes. Investment depends on stability. Infrastructure projects depend on confidence. Everything is connected. As Somaliland expands its international relationships, it must navigate a rapidly changing geopolitical environment. The opportunities are substantial. The challenges are equally significant, and the world is watching closely. As international attention grows, one location is becoming increasingly important. Berbera. Located along the Gulf of Aden, Berbera occupies a strategic position near one of the world's busiest maritime corridors. For centuries, ships have passed through these waters carrying goods between continents. Today, Berbera is attracting renewed interest from investors, businesses, and policymakers. Significant infrastructure investments have improved port operations and transportation networks. Supporters believe these developments could transform Somaliland into a major commercial hub. The vision is ambitious. A modern port connected to regional markets, expanded trade opportunities, new employment opportunities, greater economic integration. For Somaliland's leaders, Berbera represents more than infrastructure. It represents economic transformation. But infrastructure alone is not enough. Sustainable growth requires education, innovation, investment, and opportunity. Young people need jobs. Businesses need capital. Entrepreneurs need support. The success of Somaliland's economic ambitions will depend on how effectively these challenges are addressed. Meanwhile, competition for influence in the Horn of Africa continues to intensify. Major powers recognize the region's strategic significance. Governments are expanding diplomatic engagement. Investors are pursuing new opportunities. Security partnerships are becoming increasingly important. This competition is not always military. Often it involves trade, investment, technology, and infrastructure. Countries seek influence through economic partnerships and strategic cooperation. For Somaliland, this environment creates both opportunities and risks. New partnerships can support development, but balancing relationships requires careful diplomacy. The choices made today may influence Somaliland's position for decades to come. Another important factor shaping Somaliland's international profile is its diaspora. Across Europe, North America, and the Middle East, Somaliland communities continue contributing to economic development and international advocacy. Many maintain strong connections with their homeland. They support development initiatives. They promote investment. They help raise awareness of Somaliland's aspirations. Their influence continues to grow. Particularly in the United Kingdom, Somaliland's diaspora has played an important role in increasing international attention. and that attention is beginning to influence political discussions. In recent years, Somaliland has received increasing attention in political and policy discussions in the United Kingdom. Historical ties, economic opportunities, regional security concerns, and diaspora engagement have all contributed to this growing interest. Supporters of stronger engagement argue that Somaliland has demonstrated political stability and effective governance. They point to elections, institutions, and relative security. Others emphasize the complexity of international diplomacy and caution against oversimplifying recognition debates. The discussion continues. At the center of that discussion is one question: recognition. For more than 3 decades, Somaliland has operated with its own government, parliament, security forces, and institutions. Supporters argue that these achievements justify international recognition. Critics point to broader regional and diplomatic considerations. Recognition remains one of the most debated issues in Somaliland's modern history. Yet Somaliland's strategy increasingly extends beyond recognition alone. Officials have focused on practical partnerships, trade agreements, educational cooperation, technology initiatives, healthcare programs, infrastructure development. The partnership with Taiwan reflects this approach. Rather than waiting for international consensus, Somaliland continues pursuing opportunities that deliver tangible benefits. Perhaps the most important factor in Somaliland's future is its younger generation. Young people represent the country's greatest resource. Students, entrepreneurs, innovators, and professionals are shaping a new vision for the future. Their priorities are clear: education, employment, investment, technology, economic growth. International partnerships are often evaluated through this lens. Can they create opportunities? Can they improve lives? Can they help build a stronger future? Those questions matter more than ever. As the Horn of Africa undergoes significant transformation, Somaliland continues seeking its place within an increasingly interconnected world. Trade routes are evolving, diplomatic relationships are changing, global attention is increasing. Opportunities are emerging, challenges remain, but one fact is undeniable. Somaliland is attracting greater international interest than at any point in recent history. The next chapter of Somaliland's story is still being written, and the decisions made today may shape its future for generations to come. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Somaliland News Roundup. We'll see you next time.